Welcome back. That does it for the first round. Thank you for being with us all night. Wow, what a draft. And what a, third quarter, the last third of the draft. Wow, I can't even get the words out. I've been up late. But yeah, just excitement all around, a lot of surprises. But Justin, let's break it down. What we got?
All right, so we got picks 21 through 32. We had at the 21st selection, it was Kwity Paye, edge rusher. That was for the Indianapolis Colts. Then the Tennessee Titans selected Caleb Farley, a cornerback. Then we had the Minnesota Vikings selecting Christian Darrisaw, an offensive tackle. And the Pittsburgh Steelers selecting Najee Harris, running back. Jacksonville Jaguars selecting Travis Etienne, running back. Cleveland Browns selecting Greg Newsome, the second corner. Baltimore Ravens selecting Rashod Bateman, wide receiver. Saints selecting Payton Turner, defensive end. Green Bay Packers selecting Eric Stokes, corner. Buffalo Bills selecting Greg Rousseau, edge rusher. Baltimore Ravens selecting Jayson Oweh, edge rusher. And Tampa Bay Buccaneers selecting Joe Tryon, edge rusher. And so that completes those were the picks. Ross, what's your reaction?
I mean, as a Ravens fan, I'd say, here we go again. First round wide receiver. I think they might have one. And
Open.
And interesting, we have a pass rusher that had 0 sacks in his last year of college, but he was first team Big Ten. So yeah, I mean, I'm honestly surprised we made both our picks. As a Ravens fan, we made both our picks. It did not move once.
Yeah,
and I'm happy with them.
Gerald, how about you? I mean, well, we're not going to go too in depth on Ravens here, but what your initial reaction?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not gonna lie. My first impressions, another undersized receiver. I think Ravens fan base as a whole was looking for a big body receiver that we could groom and be our own star. Just especially with the way the Ravens offenses ran, where there is a lot of running. I mean, who knows? That could change the game. It'll probably change up a little bit with our passing game coordinator gone. But I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens. I am happy we got an edge rusher. Like Ross said, a stat that I didn't know about leading up to that he had 0 sacks. But, I mean, he's a Penn State product. Penn State usually pumps out decent linebackers, and I think the Ravens can groom this kid to definitely take over with Matt Judon, the hole that Matt Judon left going to New England. Like just said, we're not going to talk about much about the Ravens. We're going to do a separate video for that. That will include Jordan. But I want to talk about 2 of the running backs that were taken. I got to talk about Travis Etienne. He's joining his buddy, Trevor Lawrence. I think that's really cool, actually. That was like, man, that's an awesome moment in the draft. Like, you get your running back. I mean, how many people get to play with their teammates from college? You already have the chemistry. We know Travis Etienne, he can receive out the backfield. That definitely works well for Trevor. Also, Najee Harris. The pick I hate that it went to the Steelers. You have a big body running back, 235, and he's a great guy. I mean, he's literally a legitimately great person, Megan Rapinoe loves him, and, she's such a great person. But, yeah, it's another Steelers player I'm going to hate to root against because I actually like him. But he's probably going to be really good if the Steelers can get that line in order. Justin, what are your thoughts, bro?
Couple quick things. First of all, I want to touch on Rashod Bateman because I actually thought this was one of the better receiver picks the Ravens have made in recent history.
Yeah.
Ravens haven't had a good track record draft receivers. Marquise Brown's been okay up to this point. But I think this kid here, Bateman, might actually be something. I mean, he has a really early breakout age, 94th percentile breakout age, a huge target share, and very dominant in Minnesota. Granted, Minnesota is not a top flight program, but it's still a Division I school. I actually like this guy's odds of success in the NFL. And then you talk about the running backs. my biggest problem with this set of picks was the Travis Etienne pick. And really it comes down to like team need and the fact that the Jaguars last season, they found a hidden gem in James Robinson. And he was able to be a workhorse for them and look good on a bad team. And I don't understand why you wouldn't just roll with him as the workhorse, maybe draft late another running back to supplement him. But it just seems a little overkill here to go Etienne. I really don't like the pick. I think they should have focused on some of their team, actual team needs here rather than do that. Najee Harris, I expect him to be good for the Steelers. It is kind of interesting to me how, like, I felt last year's draft had a much better running back class overall, but that class you only saw one running back go in the first round, and now we've got two going in this one. Yeah. So I find that a little interesting, but it definitely is more of a top-heavy running back class.
Yeah. No, I'm really interested. Going into this weekend, there's a lot of teams with a lot of questions. Ravens number one, we got to do something about the line. I mean, if they spent the next 3 to 4 picks just getting linemen, I would not care one bit. Fuck it, just get 3 linemen. Steelers, they're gonna really need to address that quarterback need, but I don't think this is the draft for it. Actually, I think maybe next year. But I think the Redskins definitely need of a quarterback. It's one of those drafts where unless you were in the early part, you're not going to get one. So I don't know. A lot of teams are going to be stuck just wondering about that until next year. But overall, Alabama took over the draft real quick. Remember last year was LSU. This year it's Alabama. That's incredible. I don't know. Did they break the record? I know they were talking about they could potentially break the record for school with most first-round picks. I don't know if they did or not.
Well, I mean, Alabama's always like that. That's the big school that the NFL focuses most of their scouts on. It's always got a lot of players.
It's the NFL minor leagues. The SEC is NFL minor leagues. So.
Well, it's like when in doubt, if you're on the clock as an NFL GM and maybe you didn't do super extended scouting into everyone in the class, the default pick is to just go an Alabama guy.
Can't go wrong.
Oh, yeah. LSU was a hot pick last year because they won the national championship.
Yeah,
man. Who do we draft? 90% of the time until recently, it's been Oklahoma, Alabama.
Yeah.
Oklahoma's became a new school, but it was Alabama for years.
For years and years, jeez. No, but I mean, hey, when you're one of the best, that's what happens. Yeah, so we got a lot of videos coming. It's been a long time since we've done any sports videos here on LitTube. In fact, the Call of Duty recap videos, they've been virtually keeping the channel live, but football's back. We're going to get a lot of videos out to you this weekend. Try to, again, there is going to be a video where we cover the Ravens picks. Probably do maybe 2 of those. But, yeah, stay tuned. Don't forget to like and subscribe and keep your notifications on because we will be posting stuff at random time all weekend. Follow us wherever you follow us. Have a good night. Take care.